Hello and welcome to your GMan Season 16 Div 5A Matches of the Week recap for Week 7. I'm Lord Sigmund and I'll be going through matches this week. So, last week of the Div 5 season, the winner of the division goes through to play-ins, hoping to play for a playoff spot, and the rest of you, if you decide to keep it up with your teams, or even if you're re-rolling, go on to training grounds. Not sure if I'm going to be recapping any of the training grounds or the play-in divs. I'll see shortly. But okay, so first match this week was Murphy's Kim Killer Kemri versus Stupid Puppy's Malison's Underland Amazon team. Stupid Puppy pulled off a win. Excellent to get one in before the end of the division. Proves me wrong in my prediction, which I'm quite happy with. Let's have a quick look at the stats. Not looking too good for the Kemri team though. Oh my god, yeah. What looks like a complete non-game for the Kemri team here. Not only did they... Just give me 1 second. Not only did they not pick up the ball once, at no point did they attempt to pick up the ball. There is no pickup rolls. There is a catch here. Maybe that was a kick-off catch or a scatter catch that failed there. And only 5 armor breaks for them, which is not good. So, those 5 armor breaks did lead to 1 knockout, 2 injuries and 1 kill. So they did get some SVP from it. Though the Amazon did outbash them. Look, 5 injuries inflicted and 3 knockouts. Okay, let's see what happens when we watch the replay. Okay, so Murphy goes back to inducing the chainsaw player hack, and the Amazons choose to kick. Yeah, hack. I really don't like that guy. He costs like, I think it's either 120 or 130,000. He has armor value 7 and no defensive skills. Yeah, he's got regenerate, but he's got a chainsaw, so he's getting sent off anyway when he regenerates, unless you take bribes for him as well. No, chainsaws are best when they're cheap, and hack is not cheap. But yeah, they induce hack. The ball lands on the flank line of scrimmage next to hack. The Kemri are down to 3 Tomb Guardians after 1 was killed last week, and Murphy bought a second thrower on instead of saving up to replace their Tomb Guardian, which I think's fine. The Kemri bad luck starts when one of their 3 Tomb Guardians on the line of scrimmage is stunned by a thrown rock on the kickoff, but they make up for it by the first action line of scrimmage block that they make, killing a lone woman, so great start. It doesn't last though when the next action, the second line of scrimmage block, rolls quad skulls and ends the turn. Stupid Puppy capitalises on this and blitzes hack with the Pylon Mighty Blow Blitzer, badly hurting him without having to use piling on and wiping out Murphy's inducements before it took a single action. Once the ball is clear, the Amazons surround it with 4 players but don't attempt the pickup just yet, bringing the plus AG catcher around to get it next turn. The Kemri base up Amazon players but don't manage a successful block on turn 2. The Amazons push the Kemri players away from the ball but fail the pickup and don't use a reroll it on their turn 2. The Kemri turn 3 only sees 2 successful blocks. Lots of Amazons save our dodge skill, but one of those successful blocks injures another line woman. On their turn, the Amazons get the ball this time, knock out a Tomb Guardian with piling on, and injure a skeleton that was in the way of the ball carrier being safe. They end the turn with the ball in scoring range and 2 other players protecting it. Turn 4 sees the Kemri team get a mark on the ball carrier but not a sacker when an Amazon sidestep blocks the path needed to make it. The Amazons respond by clearing up the ball area and making more of a cage around the carrier, looking to stall out rather than score and give Murphy an equaliser opportunity. Turn 5 sees Murphy make a dodge with a reroll to mark up the ball carrier, but then fails the second dodge for a blitz attempt, injuring the tackle strip ball blitz rower in the process, with a failed regenerate. Very bad luck versus the all dodge team. It might have been a bit ambitious to try and 2 dodges with the Kemri team, and should have possibly settled for the 1 die blitz. The Amazons move their cage down to the end zone after surfing and knocking out another skeleton, leaving 5 Kemri players on the pitch, but then they fail a vanity pass to a rookie blitzer for the touchdown. Luckily for Stupid Puppy, it bounces back to the throw and catcher though, who catches the bounce, so no turnover, and he makes a pass successfully on turn 6 instead. Some more blocking happens, but nothing of consequence, and the Amazons score on turn 8 to end the first half 1-0 up. none of the Khemri knockouts wake up. So 9 Amazons face 7 Khemri players who are down both Blitz Ra and a Throw Ra. Murphy gets a Blitz, but is only able to stun a Line Woman and get one player past the Amazon line. On turn 9, Stupid Puppy manages to stun that skeleton, pick up the ball, injure the guard skeleton on the side of the pitch where he'd taken the ball before running the rookie Blitzer that scored in the first half down the pitch into scoring range. The Khemri only managed to base up some screening players in response, and on turn 10 the Amazons injure that last Throw Ra with piling on, and it fails its regenerator roll. They also make the pass forward so that the rookie Blitzer will level from a second touchdown and injure another skeleton with a 1-die blitz. That one regenerates though. It does leave 4 Khemri players on the pitch though, and the ball right next to the Khemri end zone. On the rest of their turns this half, the Khemri don't do anything, and the Amazons run their 29 out of 31 skill point plus RG catcher down the pitch to try and level both players up, making a successful pass to them on turns 11 and 12, and then use it to make passes on turns 14 and 15, getting it to 31 skill points and the Blitzer to 5 skill points before the Blitzer scores on turn 16 to level up and secure the win for Stupid Puppy. Presumably looking to retire this team, Murphy takes no actions on their last turn, not even line of scrimmage blocks, and ends the game after the final kick. Yeah, 6 completions for the Amazons. That is excellent. Nice vanity pass work there, and it was safe to do so. Yeah, love to see it, especially for an RG3 team. So yeah, complete non-game for the Khemri, unfortunately, and the Amazons got some excellent skill points from that game. How many? 9, 10, 18, 24, 27 skill points for the Amazons. Excellent, you love to see it. So next up we have CBR Manchester C, the humans, coached by Dlandete, versus the newcomers, Rebel Blue Wings, coached by Garida de Kazan. Sorry if I pronounce your name wrong, I am but an ignorant Englishman. Okay, so correct prediction here. I suspected the humans would be too well developed for the new elf team. Yeah, pretty high possession from the humans. Slight outbashing from the elves though, 2 injuries and 2 knockouts versus 3 knockouts. Not bad. Half the armor breaks though, and the humans have roughly double ball possession, don't they? So, having a look at the replay, the humans choose to receive, and the elves get a blitz, but are unable to break through the human line. The humans catch the kick on a rookie catcher and cage him up on the right flank on the line of scrimmage. The elves dodge away and screen up before only getting a push on their blitz on the cage corner. The screen is all on the same side of the pitch as the ball though, with the other flank wide open, and the humans relocate their cage over to that side on turn 2 and screen off well. The elves are only able to blitz part of the screen and relocate their screen in front of it, with more of a midfield spread this time. The humans send the cage back to the other flank, with the ball moving 3 squares forward. The elf screening gets more effective though, with the human cage moving back and forth on turns 4 and 5, before Dlandete takes a risk on turn 6 to try and push forward for the touchdown, and leaves the ball open for a 1-die blitz, which the elves take advantage of, getting the POW without a reroll and catching the scattered ball. The humans manage to knock down the ball carrier as it's based up and retrieve the ball on turn 7, but are unable to get it completely safe, leaving a 1-die blitz gap again, and again the elves get the POW without a reroll, this time knocking out the ball carrier, and Dlandete must be fuming. I know I will be. The elves retrieve the ball with a catcher and run it down the human half, using 2 go-for-its to try and make it safe, though 1 would have been enough to have it in scoring range with no go-for-its needed on turn 8. Dlandete's bad luck continues as he snakes the go-for-it he needed to 1-die blitz the ball carrier, and the elves score to end the first half 1-0 up, with their offence still to come. Both teams are at full strength for the second half, and the elves get a high kick and catch it. Turn 9 sees the elves screen the ball on one flank, with a few elves push deeper, but in the human half, and injure a human on the line of scrimmage. The humans screen up on their turn, but leave a weak spot on a slope part of the screen, allowing the elves to blitz push a hole and run a ball carrier through to cage it up behind the human line. Really unluckily though for the elves, Dlandete makes an amazing play to sack the ball carrier. Making a 2+ and 3+ dodges, with no dodge on his plus agi thrower to the screened off far open far corner of the cage, getting the stumble on a 1-die blitz, stunning the ball carrier and scattering the ball into 3 human tackle zones before using his plus agi catcher to retrieve it. Using another 2+ dodges and 2 3+ dodges, as well as the 3+ pickup. The elves managed to knock down the ball carriers as it's still based up, but they use their blitz to push the plus agi thrower onto it, hoping for a favourable scatter. Unfortunately, it scatters back to the thrower, who catches it on a 5+. Some blocks on turn 11 open up a gap for that thrower to escape before passing it to the catcher that has run into the elf half to try and use dodge to protect it a bit better, which it does when the elves try to blitz it on turn 12, leaving the humans to score on that MA9 catcher with 2 go for it's on their turn 12. The teams both set up with 10 players, having 4 turns left each to win. This time the elves keep the ball back, but make the same flank push with which the humans screen off again, this time better protecting the slope of the screen in the midfield. They also get a marker on the ball by go for it-ing with the catcher down to the elf half. The elves don't manage to knock that catcher down, only get in the push and relocate the rest of their players to the other flank. Human screen swap size 2, but then the deep push marking catcher fails its dodge to remark the elf ball carrier. Desperation leaves the elves passing the ball forward to a rookie lineman in scoring range on turn 15. Perhaps a misstep there, as he's managed to also move a catcher up to support it, and the catcher would have been better to hold the ball, having dodge to protect itself. But the lineman is on 5 out of 6 skill points, so maybe the elves were going for a level up. The humans are easily able to get the sack on their turn though, and retrieve the ball with a plus agi thrower. Then making the 5+ long bomb, avoiding the 5+ intercept on the catcher, they push deep into the elf half in the prior turns. The elves, lacking rerolls, only rolled a push on their final sack attempt, and the humans score for their second touchdown on turn 16 to win 2-1. Well played by both teams. Humans leverage their stat increases massively this game, plus agi and plus movement on things doing work, and the elves got very unlucky with a steal on their first drive. Could have easily been a 2-1 win to them if the human pass had failed, or Thunder did not make that cage dodge. I suppose it wasn't really a cage dive. So next up, we have Red Fang Elite Warriors versus FC Hammerstein. Incorrect prediction from me. Homicep did manage to get the draw, which I correctly predicted would still let him finish top of the division. Let's look at the stats. 17 armor breaks versus 3. One pass each. Excellent C passing from the Orcs. Oh dear, the elves got mangled. Still managed to scrape the draw, which is excellent to see. The Orcs inflicted 3 kills, 4 injuries and 2 knockouts from 17 armor breaks, and the elves failed. Let's have a look at the dash rolls. Yeah, the elves failed 4 out of 5 knockout wake up rolls, so they suffered massively from attrition. Okay, let's have a look at the replay. So the Orcs induce a bribe and the elves choose to kick. The Orcs fail a line of scrimmage block and don't bother to re-roll it, as they have a tackle zone with the ball landed. The elves pounce on the mistake and get 6 players into the Orc half, splitting the team and have 1 marking the ball. The Orcs respond by clearing the ball though, and make a dodge with the plus agi blitzer to pick it up. It doesn't matter though, as the elves get the power on the 1-die blitz they have available, scattering the ball onto one of their blitzers, who catches it and runs it down to the Orc end zone while marking and screening any Orcs that could threaten it. A masterclass showing of how to punish Orc mistakes, split the team, move too fast for them to respond, screen off any adjustments. Hindi doesn't make the stall free though, starting to chew through the elves left behind, injuring 1 on turn 3, knocking 1 out on turn 4, and applying enough pressure to force the elf touchdown on turn 5, putting Homicep 1-0 up. The elf knockout doesn't wake up, and 10 elves set up against a full Orc team. The Orcs pick up the ball on turn 6, and the elves respond with a spirited defence, leaving Hindi to start his turn 7 by trying to get the plus agi blitzer into scoring position on his second action, with a 2+ dodge that fails and need to reroll before failing a go for it immediately after, leaving them no way to get the ball to the elf end zone before half time. The elf turn 7 sees them get a 1-die blitz on the ball, but reroll a push into both down, and the ball carrier has blocked, so they stay locked up. Unable to score on turn 8, the Orcs take their frustrations out on the elves, killing the plus agi lineman, who'd been left on the line of scrimmage, before passing the ball forward to a safer position on a supported blitzer. The elves were unable to sack it, and the first half ends 1-0 to the elves. The second half kick has 8 elves versus 11 Orc players. The elves play a bit impatiently, running 4 elves down a gap on the sideline, 3 in a sideline cage, and pass the ball forward into the cage. A lot of the Orc team is screened off, but Hindi sensibly set up 2 Orc blitzers further back. They get one of those Orcs in the way, but Homicep could score without needing a dodge. If he can get anything but a skull or both down on a 2-die blitz, he just needs a push. Instead, he first action snakes an unnecessary dodge and injures one of his own catchers, leaving the rest of his team surrounded by orcs, and the orcs don't let up, killing a catcher that was supporting the ball carrier and almost completely surrounding it. The ball carrier, that is. On turn 11, Homosep dodges the ball out past the wall of orcs, but needs a dodge reroll and team reroll to make 2 3+ dodges and a 2+ dodge, leaving nothing for the 1 he rolls when trying to make a 2+ pass back to a thrower to try and get the ball to relative safety. The ball scatters out and back onto the pitch right next to the big scrum of orcs, with 5 elves left on the pitch. Indy starts by surfing one of those, leaving 4, and picks up the ball. Homosep doesn't give up though, sacking and injuring the ball carrier with a 1-die block and getting an elf lineman on the ball. The orcs aren't having any of it though, and they kill that lineman before retrieving the ball on turn 13 with 3 elves left. Again, Homosep gets the 1-die sack on the ball carrier, this time catching the bounce on the sacking thrower, but it's based up, and even though it takes a few pushes and a reroll dub skulls, Hindi does get the knockdown and knocks out the thrower, leaving 2 elves, a lineman and a blitzer, before retrieving the ball with his +IG blitzer. In what seems to be getting a bit ridiculous, Homosep again gets the 1-die sack on turn 14, despite only having 2 players, Hindi not making an attempt to cage up at all. And even though the ball scatters behind a wall of orcs, the other elf player, the blitzer, makes 2 3+ dodges, 2 2+ dodges, a 4+ pickup with reroll, and 2 go for it's to pick up the ball and move it out of the orc tackle zones on turn 14. Hindi has to reroll a 3-die blitz to make the return sack, but make it he does, and the ball scatters onto an adjacent orc lone lineman who's already moved. It's turn 14, and the only orc player in scoring range is a black orc that's been left down in the elf half, and a blitzer on the line of scrimmage that would need 3 go for it's to get there in the 2 remaining turns. A foul stuns the blitzer this time, so Homosep has no way of blitzing the ball carrier at all. Hindi uses his blitz to stun the remaining elf lineman, makes the handoff to that aforementioned blitzer, and runs it down, making 2 go for it's. 2 of the 3 need to score. Rather than try for another go for it in turn 16 though, he tries to pass forward to the black orc, failing the catch with a reroll. Perhaps knowing that he can get a draw at best and not qualifying for play-ins anyway, he might as well try and skill up on black orc since he's 2 rerolls left on turn 15. Which is what he does on turn 16. He makes the pickup with the edgy blitzer, hands off to the black orc with no reroll needed and to equalise, and in the game 1-1 on turn 16. So spirited defence by Homosep. Could have been a 1-0 win or a 2-0 win even at several points. I can't believe he got all those 1-die blitz sacks, 3 in a row, but it was not to be. Attrition, 1 out, and you can't win a game with 2 elves left on the pitch at the end of the game. So, sad luck for that game, but overall that's all he needed. So last up, we have the Trailer Park Boys, Saddam's Chaos team versus Right Fool's Best Luck is Bad Luck, his Dark Elves. Another wrong prediction for me, so not a great week for that, and the Chaos win puts them in second in the final standings. Fortunately, there were 4 touchdowns short of the top spot, and only get second because the humans only won by 1 touchdown, not 2. The Chaos inflict how many injuries? Let's have a look. 6 injuries and 1 hanging out, so another bloodbath game compared to 1 injury for the Dark Elves. Not very many armor breaks though. 10 versus 1. Oh god, 1. So the Dark Elves got an injury off their 1 armor break. Yeah, so 3-2 game. Lots of scoring. Yeah, let's have a look at the recap. So the Chaos choose to receive, and the Elves induce a wizard and get a blitz. Since the kick was short, a blitz push opens up the landing square, and they get Elves all around it and catch the kick. Saddam gets the sack, but it lands on 3 elf tackle zones. He also injures an elf from a line of scrimmage block, and puts 2 Chaos tackle zones on the ball as well. Rightful gets his injury this time. Gets his injury on turn 1, making way for a ball retrieval attempt. He managed to clear the ball completely and picks up the ball before running it to the Chaos end zone, out of blitz range completely. Saddam responds with his second injury in 2 turns, and Rightful scores on the turn 2 to go 1-0 up. 9 elves set up against a full Chaos team, and Rightful gets a second blitz in a row. It's a bit ridiculous. This time they only get 1 elf through though, onto the ball landing spot. The second elf fails its second go for it to make room for more to dodge through, and Rightful doesn't waste a reroll on it. Again he catches the kickoff though, on a blodge plus MA blitz at this time. Saddam gets the sack with his Wrestle Beastman using 2 Gophers to do so, and retrieves the ball with one of his plus Edgy Beastmen. With only one Chaos player screening off the ball carrier, Rightful uses his Wizard, bolts it on turn 3, and knocks it down. He needs a reroll to blitz the screener, but he manages to get the pickup after, and then fails to pass back to the runner on the flank. Unfortunately, he tried this pickup and pass before standing up all of his down players, including the Witch Elf that is nearby and could have helped protect the ball. On turn 4, the Chaos get another injury and 2 tackle zones on the ball, but fail to go for it before they can use their blitz or try a pickup. Rightful uses his Wrestle Witch Elf to blitz and gets the power needed to sack one of the Chaos players marking the ball. He pushes it onto the ball, which scatters onto the adjacent runner, who catches it on a 4+, and dodges down into the Chaos half, along with 3 screening elves. The Chaos manage to surround the ball carrier, but on turn 5, Rightful makes 2 3+ dodges and a 2+ dodge to score anyway, going 2-0 up. The elves are down to 8 players, the Chaos are at full strength, and the kickoff is a riot, adding a turn for both teams to the half. No successful blocks for the Chaos on their first turn, but they do pick up the ball and line up on the line of scrimmage with the rest of the team. The elves start to make a screen on their turn, but fail the dodge roll, the second dodge roll they attempt, and have no rerolls left. On turn 6, Saddam moves around the half-formed elf screen and pushes the ball forward behind a tight screen himself. The elves move their screen, and on turn 7 the Chaos cage the ball up in a scoring range, which leads to a touchdown on turn 8. They enter the second half with the score 2-1 to the elves. On the elf drive, the elves pick up the ball and cage it up on the flank just behind the Chaos line. The cage is missing a corner though. Saddam wraps the cage and uses that gap to blitz the ball carrier, injuring it along with another player on turn 9. Catching the scattered ball on the plus edgy Beastman, they got the first touchdown and needs 1 more to level up. Rightful has 5 elves left on the pitch, and it doesn't get any better for him. On turn 12 he manages to sack the ball carrier just before it gets the elf end zone, but he's unable to retrieve it, and Saddam does it instead to equalise on turn 12. 2-2, and there are 4 elves left with 4 turns left for both teams to win. Saddam manages to land the kick right on the elf end zone. All of the elves run back for it, and the Chaos team follows on turn 13. Rightful dodges the ball left and right, but Saddam injures another with the Minotaur on turn 14. On turn 15, Rightful attempts a 5+ pass deep into the Chaos half to try and punt the ball safe for a draw, but it's fumbled, and Saddam manages to score with it on turn 15. They set up for the last drive with 3 elves left, and Rightful manages to level his last remaining lineman with a pass to end the game. The Dark Elves started out incredibly strong, but the Chaos ground them into a fine pace and won by attrition here. Sad ending for them there. So, let's have a look at the final standings. Oops, give me a second. So here we are, the final standings of the division. We have FC Ammenstein, the Pro Elves, winning the division with a cool 13 points. Is that right? No, this is out of date. This has not been updated. Sorry, just give me a second. There we go, that looks better. So yes, FC Ammenstein won the division. 3 teams at 14 points each. The Humans, the Chaos and the Pro Elf. Yeah, but the Pro Elves win with a touchdown difference of 6. Handily there. With the Chaos in second with 4, and then the Humans on 3. 4, 2 and 1 each. Not bad record for all of them. Very tight division at the top here. Then we have the Dark Elves coming third, the Amazons mid-table 10 points, Indies Orcs next with 9 points, and then the absent Chaos Dwarves, Murphy's Cursed Gummery team, and the newcomers this High Elves that won that have only played 1 game. So let's have a look at how the teams look at the end of the division. So we've got FC Ammenstein. No skill ups for them this week. 3 players killed. One of their dodge catchers, a plus edgy lineman, and a rookie lineman. The team is a bit mangled. I'd probably buy another lineman and keep with these. Yeah, it's got 130k, so I'd probably buy another lineman, save the rest of the money to replace a positional, and keep this nickel catcher here until the current rookie catcher gets block. Yeah, until this one gets block, I'd probably keep this one around. So 16 skill points on this one. Buy another lineman. Yeah, hopefully they can recover, because it's looking like a nicely developed team. Get another skill up on these two guys. Yep. Nicely distributed skill points between the thrower, the two catchers, and the two blitzers. But not being able to hold on to the lineman, unfortunately. Trailer Park Boys. They had a lot of skill points this week. Julian 2, the rookie warrior, gets blocked from the MVP. Nice to see some blocks showing up. Jacob, the Claw Mighty Blow blitzer, also gets blocked from a casualty. Bubbles, the plus RG Beastman, rolls a double from 2 touchdowns and picks Strong Arm. Interesting choice there. Yeah, not one I'd go for. I think there's definitely mutations that would possibly be better choice there. I don't know. No, Chaos get mutations free, don't they? I don't know what I picked there. I'd actually probably pick Dodge there. Yeah, you got plus IG, pick Dodge. You don't want to throw that. Get a sure hands guy. Yeah, get sure hands on this guy. Get sure hands on Tyrone. And then pick Dodge and Bubbles. Interesting choice. So, yeah. One more casualty to level Jim Leahy. But have we got anybody else close? Not really. Because these Chaos Warriors want to level up. Close. Minotaur's not far off. Yeah. Cool. Good guys. So, best luck is bad luck. Ooh, yeah. Injuries this week. Both which else missing the next game. And this lineman. What injury is that? Is that minus that AV? Yeah, minus AV. So, yeah. Foul Me, I Dare You. This guy here is leveled up from the MVP and a completion, but hasn't taken it yet. Red Fang Elite Warriors. No injuries for these guys this week. And, yeah, Numtung here. Got a casualty this week and picked up Mighty Blow to go with this block. So, 3 block Mighty Blow blitzers. Black Orcs. Team's looking good as far as Orcs go. I probably want more guard. I would have probably taken... But yeah, I mean, Mighty Blow is going to help them level up, I suppose. If you're looking for long-term development, you want Mighty Blow second so you can get the skill points. Yeah, team's looking fine. I think Hindi just needs to win more on it. Don't ask me how to do that. I'm terrible with Orcs. I think they're miserable to play. But if that's what you fancy doing, I don't know whether Hindi's planning on taking them through, but yeah, hopefully these guys will see a bit more. Next. Oh, KSO Balls. No, they don't do anything. Oh, Murphy. This sad team. So, we've got a Tomb Guardian skill up. He got the MVP, so he gets guard. Much needed. Yeah, nice. This one needs another casualty. Yeah. You can't really say very much about these guys. I don't know if Murphy's planning on carrying on with them. I would not blame him if he decided to do something different. CBL managed to see two level ups from this week. We've got Hector here, the plus IG thrower. That got 2 completions. He's now got block to protect him more. And this rookie catcher down here picked up wrestle from a touchdown. And they've got a rookie lineman that's missing this game, but yeah, they've still got a full team roster. Oh, any who's close to leveling up? Anybody? Yeah, we've got a blitzer here that's 1 skill point off, and we've got a thrower here that's 3 off. So yeah, want to get those leveled up. Underdeveloped blitzers on my human team, unfortunately. Alison's on the land. So, Cat, the rookie blitzer, gets guard from 2 completions and 2 touchdowns. So, yep, did lots of work this week. And then we've got Dom, the rookie line woman, and March Hare, the catcher, that have not taken their skills yet. Presumably, good to see what they're doing in the training grounds with this one first. And Red, a rookie line woman, died and got replaced. Yep. Yep, this one died and got replaced. And oh yeah, who's leveling up? Any levels up coming up? A line woman there that can get a throw. We want to focus on getting this blitzer leveled up. This one. It's on 11, out 16. Yeah. Needs more guard. Amazons turn into a beast of a team when they get guard. They've got a guard line woman already, but get some more guard on these blitzers. And last. These guys got dodge and their second blitzer from 2 casualties and no injuries this week, despite not winning. Got a catcher that's ready to level up. God, high elf team development is a very slow thing. That's why personally I prefer playing pro elves. You lose point of armor, but everything's a bit cheaper and starts with 1 more skill. Having sidestep on your blitzers by default and no steal on your catchers is great, in my opinion. So, that's the teams at the end of the division. So, excellent season guys. As I knew all along, the Elven Union were victorious. I wish you all good luck in your training ground games or your playing, and good luck in playing Somerset. If you do decide to re-roll, I suggest joining the Union. We have the most active racial Discord in REBBL and are always looking for new members. And as you can see, they win games. They win divisions. Yep, top of the division, as expected. So, thanks for listening, everybody, and I wish you all luck in the games you have coming up and next season.